Hello, welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
And we're back.
We're back.
Here we are.
You really pulled that out like it was yesterday.
Natural?
Yeah.
I'm good. What can I say?
I was impressed. Impressed.
Cute. So, what's going on?
Well, I feel like we have to... There's so much we have to catch up on. Keep up on. And do you want me just to run through a list?
Sure.
Can you tell me what you want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got All-Star Volleyball updates. 1990s contacts technology. London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge is my house. Overgrown garden. A witch told me to get back on this podcast, and my parents went to Pride in Poland.
Oh my gosh, I thought I knew I wanted to hear about 1990s contact technology, but no, I need to hear about your parents going to Pride in Poland. So
okay, you want to hear about that first?
That's my pick.
Okay, my parents travel generally in June.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they always do. And that's when they've come to visit me before, and yada, yada, yada. So this year they decided to go by themselves to Poland. I'm not in Europe anymore. I don't get invited. Wyatt's not getting a plane ticket. Like, they're going by themselves. Totally fine.
Fun
no
for
hard
them.
feelings. They obviously are going to a place where it's a little bit more difficult to get around, right? So they just like book a tour with a bunch of like octogenarians and do like a full thing of Poland. They go meet our family at the end. It's like, they have a great time. They arrive in Warsaw. They happen to arrive right when Warsaw Pride is.
Okay.
And we just get like text updates. And it's just like my mother and my father are like at the Pride parade. They must have had like free time or something. And we're just like, we've been here like before, we'll just walk around and do stuff. Mm-hmm. And apparently at some point, there's like a video of like my mother with a drag queen. Like, it's a lot. She gets interviewed by the news. I have not found this news clip, but my mother was interviewed on the news, the Polish news. I'm like, she's obviously spoken English. So like, what news source is this? Like, we'll never know. We'll never know. So yeah.
I need the video, first of all. And
of my mother being interviewed?
Well, but her with the drag queen. And then...
I can try to pull it up.
We need to find this news clip. This was like last year when I was at the Grand Prix and I got interviewed by the national news and I couldn't find the clip anywhere. They were probably like, this girl's French is trash. We're not putting her on the news.
Yeah, maybe you got left on the editor's floor or whatever that phrase is.
All my stuff was good up until the very last question. I didn't understand what he was asking. I had to ask him to repeat himself like 3 times. But...
Oh, well... They could always cut that part out,
yeah,
right? They're not going to use the full interview.
Everything before that was good. Honestly, everything before that was fine. So...
They should use it. We could... Do you know what channel it was?
It was like CBC, like Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Oh. Yeah, you should have been able to find that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I am still scrolling. There was a lot of dumb updates in this group chat. And it's a lot of like, oh, there it is. Okay, it's not a video, but there's my mother.
Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous.
I know, I was like, wow, that's a beautiful dress.
Okay. So my turn next.
Yeah, your turn. We'll flippy floppy.
Okay. Do you want to hear about my rap game? My first FCK game, a street fight. Or do you want to hear about my unhinged dreams?
I'm gonna go with street fight. We can save your unhinged dream for last.
Okay, if we have time. So this is kind of like a twofer because I was on my way back from my first FCK game, like our football team here, yesterday. And so like walking down...
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like walking down the street. We had gone to this like pub afterwards, played some pool. I ate some French fries. Good times. Walking down like the main street to get home afterwards. And the person that I'm with is like on their phone, not paying attention. But I'm like, there's a fight happening outside this other pub that I go to for trivia. And I'm like,
you go to trivia pub? Pub trivia.
Pub trivia.
Oh, look at you, a social butterfly.
I know, right?
How do you say butterfly in German?
I haven't learned that yet. I'm in a German course, but we haven't learned animals yet.
Okay.
So these guys are fighting, right? It's like a 4-person fight. There's
4
women trying to pull people apart, yelling. And I'm like, this is going to spill onto us because it's very, it's narrow. You got tables outside, advertising board. So, and then the police are rolling towards us. And this is like pedestrian street. And the police are coming straight at us, lights on. The doors are already open. They're driving down this pedestrian street. They're ready to hop out of the moving car. And so the person next to me not paying attention, I'm like, run around onto the other side of them because I'm like, I'm not getting beat up, okay? I'm not falling into this fight. So the cops literally start jumping out of the car before it's at a stop. And they run up. They've got one guy behind the neck, drag him to the ground.
Oh my God.
The other guys are still trying to beat each other up while the cops are there. Bloody face. This lady cop like shoves this guy. She's like, get away, like stop. And I was just like,
bloodshed
in the streets at
right
my
after you had your
pub
pub fries.
So I was right after my pub fries.
I thought it was like, I've seen like a few fights in the street and it's, like boo, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Not like bloodshed.
Oh, this guy's face was bloody.
Wow. Germans.
And I'm like,
intense.
This is a calm town. Like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Football happened. I mean, people drink all day. You drink at the match and then you're out after and everyone's just drinking more. And they didn't have enough pub fries, obviously, because the pub that the fight was at, they don't sell food there. It's just drinks.
Oh.
Like, you can bring your own, like, if you go to, like, the donor stand next door, like, you could bring your own food to the pub, but they don't have food at the pub. So.
It's be off.
Yeah.
Bring your own food.
Yeah.
Wow, fun. But also scary.
Right?
My takeaway from this is I'm surprised you didn't get in the fight to break it up because you have so much experience boxing and a lot of pent-up rage.
Also, yes. You know what? It's so funny that you say this because, like I tell you, friend next to me, like, on their phone, not paying attention. And my immediate thought was, like, get me away from here because these men are going to fall on top of me. And so afterwards, I'm like, sorry, I just used you as a human shield. And they were like, yeah, like, why wouldn't you defend me? I'm like, I know, I have all these boxing skills.
Yeah, you have a lot of skills.
I ran away.
You used her as a human, I don't know the gender of this person, used them as a human shield?
Well, yeah, I stepped on the other side of them. I was like, okay, you can be on the fight side.
Wow. Not only not using your skills, but using other people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is coloring your personality. We're like, it's in the mosaic of you.
Of me.
We have a new color.
We do.
It is the color
this
of betrayal.
Is out of the ordinary. Betrayal.
And red with bloodshed.
Yeah. Also that.
Do we need to run through the things together? Do you remember what you want to hear next?
Next, I want to hear about the contacts.
Oh my God, bitch. So I finally made an eye doctor appointment, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to the American eye doctor. Yay. Gonna do this in English. I have made all my appointments in the city so I can get to them. But this is the one doctor where I was like, no, I have to go to the one in the suburbs where I used to go. Mm-hmm. Like, because now I wear contacts. And they couldn't help me get contacts in my eyes because I was a hopeless little boy. And so I need to prove to them that I can do this. Mm-hmm. So I go. the woman who, you know how there's like the doctors and then there's the women who like help you fit the glasses, know the insurance stuff. Those ladies.
Yeah.
The lady there, her name is Dawn. I love her. She wasn't there that day, so I wasn't able to be like, look at these eyeballs, miss.
Be contacted.
Yes, I couldn't do that. But the doctor, I was able to talk to. So this like younger man is like, you know, college age kid is like helping do the preliminary stuff. And he seems to be a little shy, not talkative.
Okay.
So we get in, I'm wearing my contacts, I have all my stuff. And he's like, oh, flipping through my record, like, what's your prescription? And I'm like, no, don't look at that. That's from 2016, the last time I was here. Like, I had to do a new thing. The first time I went to this doctor was like 2010. So he's like, oh, okay, do you have your glasses? And I'm like, yeah, I give my glasses. And then he's like, what about your contacts? And I was like, they're some Spanish brand. Here's the box. And he's like, very confused. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna just go talk to the doctor. And he like goes and talks to the doctor, comes back and like fixes everything. And he's like, okay, she'll be in a bit. All right. She comes in and she goes, so these contacts are an American brand. They're Cooper Vision.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, good to know.
I use Cooper Vision.
In Espanol. And she goes, but no one in the United States has worn these contacts for like 10 years. They were, you know how, I guess contacts are made of silicone now.
Okay.
So they're like slippy and goopy and all that stuff. They feel great. Mine were not that. They were like old contact technology that apparently they're still using in Europe. And I told her, I was like, my eyes are like dry. They're red a lot, yada, yada. And she was like, yeah, you're putting like plastic circles on your eye. So she's like, let's get you into a new pair, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, we'll go from there. So.
Oh my gosh. This is why I've been trying on this new pair.
They feel iconic. I can wear them all day.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. Shout out to my Spanish eye doctor for getting contacts in my eyes. And then shout out to my American doctor for getting me comfortable contacts.
Like literal cement bricks in your eyeballs for the last how many years?
I only like 2.
Oh yeah, you haven't been doing the contact thing long. But still, I'm like, okay, now I'm like, I can't go to an eye doctor here. I was going to try it, but I'm like.
No, I mean, you should.
No.
You should. I mean, you know what the good stuff is.
Yeah.
And Germans have great technology.
Yeah.
So I'd say go for it.
I'll give it a try, but I'll look at the box and be able to tell if it's like modern or from 1995.
Exactly.
Because I've been wearing them for a long time.
Ye oldie contacts. That's the thing, is I did go in blind, literally, figuratively. I don't know anything about contacts. So I'm like, yeah, sure, this was supposed to be right. No.
It played you.
No.
It played you.
They played me. Anyway, to end the story, I'm getting a year's worth of contacts for $50. Okay. And decided to stick with monthlies.
Incredible. We love that. I do monthlies.
They're cheaper.
I love them. They're so good.
Do you have a short story?
Built to last. Yeah, I do have a short story.
Which one of this is a shorter one?
It's I don't even think I mentioned it. It's about my new body wash.
No, you did not mention body wash.
Okay. So I was at the drugstore yesterday because I'm like, I need some body wash. Okay. I was going to get the kind I usually get, but I saw this new kind. It's a spray can, like an aerosol can. Right? Same reaction. It's called like orange. What was it called? Like orange popsicle or something, or like orange soda or something. And
like
I'm like,
dreamsicle?
It smells like a dreamsicle, an orange creamsicle, and it's foamy in a little spray guy. So I was like, this sounds so ridiculous and dumb, but I'm getting it because I have to try it. It smells so good.
I mean, it sounds like it's iconic and it smells divine, but is it something you actually want to like smell like after a shower?
Oh, the smell doesn't linger. Like I don't smell like a creamsicle.
Herself, for those who are listening.
Because I didn't put lotion on after the shower yesterday. So I'm like, I don't smell like a creamsicle, but it was like, so lovely.
Okay, but now, do you consider that to be a pro or a con that you don't smell like a dreamsicle currently?
I'm fine with it because then I just put on lotion and perfume after I shower anyway, normally, like if I'm planning on leaving the house. So I'm like...
It would be a cacophony of smells.
It would be too many smells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, fun. So you don't even have to like lather. Because
it's already lathered.
It's like a mousse.
Yeah.
You know what's really sad?
Mousse. What?
I kind of want you to like put your finger in it and like put it on your tongue, see what it tastes like.
Oh, it would taste so bad. I thought you were going to say you want me to just like spray it on the air right now.
Can you do that?
I can.
Wait, let's take a break. When you come back from the break, you're going to spray body wash on the pod.
Okay, we'll be back soon. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the break.
I'm so ready.
Here it is. Okay, so it's orange lemonade.
Oh.
Doesn't it look so cute?
Many fruits are put together with lemonade. It's a standard practice in humanity. Orange, though. Never heard of that one. That's
Neither. Maybe that's what drew me in. But then also I love citrus. And then this cute little guy right here, the picture of the lemonade. Bottle. And it's like, the bottle is lovely. Okay.
Oh, were you tapping it?
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So the bottle's lovely. And then, I don't know. I just picked it up. I was like, I have to smell this. It smells so nice.
Are you going to taste it on air too?
I'm not going to taste it. It's going to taste like soap. But it smells so good. I do have to say, I didn't like shake it up or anything before I sprayed it the first time. And I sprayed it right on my hand. And it was like a blast of cold air. Like, I froze my paw.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, lessons learned. Okay, here we go. She's spraying it. Oh my God. It's like shaving cream.
Yeah.
Okay, now I need you to...
It tastes...
Lick it just a little bit, please.
I was going to say it smells so good, but you have me thinking about tasting it. It's going to taste like soap. You're going to eat soap
live on the pod. What does it taste like?
First, it tastes like... I can't believe I just licked that. First, it tastes like nothing, and then it tastes a little bit like orange.
Oh.
And then it just tastes like soap or like perfume or like if you have lotion on your hands and you actually accidentally like put food in your mouth and you're like, a little bit of food, little bit of lotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it's not like overtly chemical.
No, not at all. There's probably like no chemicals in it except for whatever makes it compressed into aerosol because, Germany is like, save the bees.
Specifically the bees?
No, just like, say you're not allowed to wash your car in front of your house because the soap will like get into the environment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You have to go to special car washing stations.
Oh. I mean, the world is on fire, so that's good, I guess.
The world is on fire. Apparently there was an elephant just like walking down the street in Italy headed to a supermarket, so...
I saw that. Did you see that on Instagram or something?
BBC News. Yeah.
Oh. I think I saw it on like La Repubblica or something.
Oh.
I don't know what it is about the Italian Instagram news channels. They're always at the top of my feed.
Because they're constantly posting.
They are. La Repubblica is constantly posting. Anyway. Is it my turn for story?
It's your turn.
Oh. Do you need a rundown?
I need the rundown.
Okay. All-Star Volleyball. London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge is my house. Garden out of control, of which told me to start this podcast.
London Bridge is falling down.
Oh, okay. This is an easy one. This is a short one. This entire house is falling apart.
Sad.
It's so bleak. We had to have like the gas company needed to like check some stuff, yada, normal. Mm-hmm. Of course I didn't know because my grandfather took the letter and it was a letter saying they're going to shut our gas off on a certain day. And he ended up showing it to me only a few days before that was supposed to happen. It's fine. They came and checked it. They noticed that the hot water tank was backdrafting. Mm-hmm. And so we come and see, and it looks totally fine. But then we put we do the stuff. It's backdrafting through the chimney. The flame, quite literally, if this is the chimney and the flame is supposed to go like this towards it, it is quite literally a 90-degree angle. And it's oh, great. Carbon monoxide flowing through the house. We do have a detector.
Okay, good.
But the house is also so poorly insulated that it must be just escaping. Mm-hmm. So we try to get the chimney fixed because they remodeled the house next door. That guy fucked our chimney up. And because they redid the whole thing because we share it, and they messed it up or something. I don't know. So we had to get a whole new hot water tank. Now it's electric, which is good because now we have a gas leak and a gas is shut off in the house. So I don't have a stove or an oven or the furnace, but it's 90 degrees. So.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then when we fixed the shower, the effing shower head there's no water pressure on it. So now I have to use the wand. Which is very European, so it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I was God damn it. My one nice place in this house now doesn't do what it does.
Ruined.
And of course, the room that I sleep in the roof is leaking. So
love that for you.
It's just everything sucks. And there was a mouse in the kitchen. Oh my God, and last night. So foul.
What?
Was coming back home. It was dark. I was walking down the sidewalk. Some beast scurries from under the car. And I was oh, and then I was that's not a fucking cat. That thing is low to the ground, round
rat
tail. No, but it was
possum.
This big, if
possum.
not bigger. And I was oh my God, is that a possum? What is that? And it scurries in front of me along the side of my the yard, the fence. And then instead of continuing down the street, it goes into the yard and goes behind the house where I had to go, where there were no lights except for my phone. I didn't see it, but I was you've got to be fucking kidding me. It was so gross. Okay, anyway.
Oh my God.
I want to hear about your first match.
My first match? Okay, so.
Baby's first match.
A hot mess, right? So a friend had messaged me, I don't know, at least 2 hours before the match was supposed to start and said hey, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to go?
Wait, was this yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Ah.
Me, don't have the phone on me, doing my little aerial acrobatic workout class in the morning. And then my friend and I, we go to the grocery. Which no one knows about. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do aerial
Fun fact,
acrobatics. And then we usually go to the grocery store after. I went to the drugstore to get this little baby.
Your new favorite food.
Yeah. So I get home. I'm taking my time. Formula One's on. I get that on the TV. I'm shower, put my groceries away, leisurely go about my day. See this message. It's 30 minutes after the match had started. So I'm oh shoot, sorry, I totally would have gone. I just got this message. They're come for the second half.
Oh.
Meanwhile, that message came in when I was in the middle of doing something else, so didn't see that one for another 15 minutes. I'm a disaster, right? So I'm do I quickly get into clothes that I can be seen in public?
Okay, important.
And run over there or take the bus or whatever, because it's
action.
Not right next door, and make it for the second half. Not even for the start of the second half. I'm checking I'm pulling it up on my phone. I'm has the second half started yet? Is this worth it? So I'm okay, bet, coming, on my way.
Okay.
So I take the bus most of the way, but the stadium here is up on a hill. So picture it, stairs to grass, Old Town. I'm not even joking you. So I'm like, I know this is coming because like I've been up there for some other things too. And I'm like, I take the bus. It basically drops me off like pretty much at the bottom of the stairs. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And I'm like trying to hurry right because it's practically over. I want to see a little bit of it. So I'm like, booking it. And I was getting slower and slower. And I'm like, breathing heavier and heavier. I'm like, I gotta compose myself before I get up there.
I've seen you do cardio.
Yeah.
It's
a sweaty mess.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get up there, I'm like, heavy breathing. And like, there's not much going on outside of the stadium because it's like halfway through the second half, like everyone's inside. The people outside are just like the gate attendants, so just like chilling. So they're like, who the frick is this random person showing up late? So I get in there, right? Meet the people at the gate. Like they came out of the seats to come get me, scan the ticket. I'm like, yes, lovely. We go up to our seats. I'm like squished in between all these people because it's like, the seats are small. The seats are small. So
I can imagine.
The person next to me is like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to like give you as much space as possible. I'm like, it's fine. You're all good. Like, there's nowhere to go. But it was good. It was exciting. European football matches are like exciting. It's like constant, nonstop, like the yelling and the chants and like we did not play a good second half. I'll say that.
What level of
second league?
Okay, so what does that mean?
So you got Bundesliga.
Yeah.
So they're in the Bundesliga, but in that, there's like the first league, right? Which is like the teams everyone knows, like Bayern Munich, like, Dortmund, all that stuff. And then you've got the second league. We're in the second league.
Okay.
But it's interesting because
thank you.
People who are like super into football will be like, oh, you like, it's an event you have to see, like to go to an PSYCH game. Like you have to see it. So I'm like, okay, I'll get there eventually. Like, I'll make it. Well, surprise, I made it yesterday for the last 30 minutes. There was 5 minutes of extra time. So I saw 30 minutes.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Have you been watching World Cup?
I haven't because it's like super inconvenient times. No, I love women. I love women. I am a woman. I love me.
Good.
But it
is like really weird times.
It's like when I'm going to work, like when I'm getting on the bus to go to work, and then I could turn it on when I get into work. But usually the mornings are like the hectic times where I'm like, got to get a lot of stuff done. And then by the time 1 p.m. rolls around, they're like basically over or on the last match. So I haven't been watching it, but I've been like keeping up with it. Yeah.
Do you have those geese?
No.
Oh, okay. Random. They're leaving or coming back. Who knows? Okay. Same. It's either like 9 p.m., 3 a.m., or 6 a.m. So, yeah.
Super inconvenient.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking about football this week outside of World Cup as well. But that's neither here nor there. Do you need another rundown?
Well, don't you only have one thing left?
I have 3.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Give me the rundown.
All-star volleyball. My garden is overgrowing, and a witch told me to start this podcast again.
I already know about the witch story.
Oh, yeah, you know that. That's right. For the listeners.
Okay, let's go with the witch story. The one I don't want to hear.
Brief. For the listeners, I had literally messaged Alyson being like, let's start the podcast again. What's going on with you? Yada, yada, yada. I went and had like a tarot reading at like some event that was like cheap. And she was like, I think it's time for you to start creative endeavors. And I was like, wow, okay. And it wasn't like a reverse thing where she was like, do this. And it was the opposite, which is why it was important. Anyway.
Okay. Love that
garden
for you.
Garden or volleyball?
Garden. I want to hear about your overgrown garden.
So circa early June, I decided to like clean up the yard. Summer's coming, right? There's a bunch of shit everywhere. So I like weed a bunch of things. There's lots of poison ivy that I don't touch. And I like clean out a bunch of planters. And then I was like, I'm just gonna like buy some seeds. So I like bought some lavender, some other like perennial. Are those the ones that come up every year?
Annuals, perennials, I don't know.
The ones that come up every year. And then a bunch of sunflowers. And as a joke, literally jack-o'-lantern branded pumpkin seeds. So like not pumpkins to eat, I don't think. Pumpkins genetically modified to be jack-o'-lanterns. So got
they
these packets.
Sprout out of the ground with their eyes already.
That would be really nice, because let me tell you, I planted the entire package. And there are, I think every single seed grew. There are so many flowers. It is now, so imagine the backyard has like a very long rectangle along the fence of soil. So it goes across the whole thing. And so on the one side where there's an abandoned house, I put up the sunflowers because I was like, they'll grow and block it. They're taller than the fence, still no flower. And then on the other side, I was like, let me plant the pumpkins. Okay. So they're next to the bush that has the poison ivy. Someone moved into the house there mid pumpkin growing. I feel bad because I was trying to pull it so it was like grow into the yard. It's now almost all the way in the yard. It's now in their yard. He doesn't care. His garbage can has been tilted over for a week. So the point is, I have a ton of sunflowers. There's like some in the front on the side of the house. Nothing has a flower yet, but there are at least 20 pumpkin flowers, which means those grow into pumpkins typically. And it's still growing, and it's growing into the bush with the poison ivy, and the leaves are bigger than my head. They're massive, Alyson.
I love it.
What the fuck am I going to do with 30 plus pumpkins?
You're going to sell them. You're going to make bank.
Or we're going to have 30 plus jack-o'-lanterns on our house.
Well, that too. You can just light up the whole house.
The whole house. The whole house.
The whole house. Lit up with pumpkins.
So yeah, I'm still waiting for things to bloom, but yeah, here we are.
It's going to be gorgeous.
What was your first story again?
My last one. The last one on the list I gave you?
Yeah.
Unhinged Dreams.
No, wait, there was one before that. Wasn't there?
Oh, on my rap game.
My rap game. Yes.
Of course you remembered that and picked that.
Well, I remember it was two games, so I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. So I've been all about making wraps to eat.
Oh like my God, I thought it was R-A-P rap.
No,
and I was
surprise.
Like, here we go. Me
rapping? Could you imagine?
Yeah, well, you like rap.
I do it in the privacy of my own home, but like,
yeah.
This rap game. That's a little 50 Cent for you. Anyway, I've been making a lot of wraps to eat lately. I've been obsessed. So you get the big giant wrap, right? I smear a little bit of hummus. I smear a little bit of a cashew cream spread. So you can do like, they have sesame, or the one I have right now is beet. Oh. So good. So the beet spread. Put a little bit of either romaine or like a lettuce mix with like some shredded cabbage, cucumbers, some homemade pickled peppers that I've done. The peps. If I have a little fresh herbs, I'll sprinkle those on.
A little bit of those.
Okay. Obsessed. IKEA sell these fried onions. They come in like a little bucket. They were popular on TikTok, so I'm like, let me try these IKEA fried onions. They're so good. Yeah.
Don't they have this in the US?
In the grocery store, yeah. But the ones from IKEA are like they're a little bit smaller. They're not like long strips or anything. They're just like the little guys.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Like I'm imagining them in Spain. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But they're like, it's inconvenient to go to IKEA for fried onions. They now sell them at Aldi here. I bought 2 giant things. So I'm stocked up, right? So I sprinkle those on. Also, I got balsamic crispy beets. So it's like shredded beet that's also fried, but like balsamic flavored, crispy. Oh, so good. So I sprinkle those on top. I know, right? I was like, it doesn't have a strong beet flavor though, because I think of the balsamic. So I wrap my little wrappy, and I eat it. I've been scarfing these for lunch and dinner for like the whole week. 2 weeks. I love them.
2 weeks?
They're so good. Oh my God, I've been in our wrap game for like 2 weeks.
Do you think you've hit your wrap peak?
No, because it keeps evolving, right? Every time, like the beets I just found this week. So those are the crispy beets, the balsamic. So that's a new addition. Like before I was using the sesame cashew spread. Now I'm using the beet cashew spread. So it's like every week something new. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I also have to turn this down. I think I look like the lighting got weird.
The sun is rising.
It's very early where I'm at. So the sun has finally caught up. Hey. It's like blinding me.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you haven't like hit your peak yet because you keep like spicing it up. I am unfortunately unable to spice things up. It's just not in my astrological chart. I have eaten the same breakfast sandwich every day in the morning, breakfast, since January, December. And I think I have to stop because I don't have a stove. So, impressed. I was like hearing you say the foods and I was like, that sounds so good. I can't eat that. That sounds so good. I can't eat that.
Yeah. It's so good. I've been waiting to tell you about my wrap game for a while now.
Wow. See, this is another reason why we had to start the podcast.
Yeah.
So that we could tell each other things.
We have so many stories. So
for the listeners, yesterday we were talking and you're like, do you want to start this week? Do you want to start next week? And I was like, let's start tomorrow so we can start to talk again.
Needs to happen.
Okay. This is the end. We're going to miss your dream thing. We're going to miss my volleyball thing.
Darn.
All I'm going to say is we're undefeated. All I'm
going to say is I murdered someone in a dream last night.
Wow. If you would have led with that, maybe I would have wanted to hear it.
Well, there was another unhinged one as well. So I was like,
you did say dreams, plural.
Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for listening. Why would I say it? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you.
sticking with us. Thanks for being like, wow, they're back and you clicked on this and you made it through the whole thing. Impressive. I don't know if I could say the same. Do we still want people to call us at 202-630-4509?
If you want to call, if you got something to share, feel free.
Exactly. The podcast is whatever we want now.
We're vibes. We're just on vibes.
You want to call in? You want to talk about? I don't even know. You call in and talk about it. You want to call in and be like, you guys are stupid. Call about it.
Call us stupid.
It could be a 10-minute thing. Don't call us and leave a 10-minute thing. But we could talk about it for 10 minutes. We won't play it if it's 10 minutes. We could just play it for fun. Comments, concerns, questions, answers, clarifications, praise, and criticism. We'll take it all.
That works.
202-630-4509 or a message from pod@gmail.com. I feel like there's other stuff that we're supposed to say, but
no, I don't think so. I think it's everything.
Tell us how to say goodbye in German.
Tschüss.
Okay, tschüss. See you next Tuesday.